How's it going, everybody? I'm really excited to bring you guys a new segment that I'm going to be doing on the channel. I have a pretty interesting item that I am expecting in the mail. Actually, it's not just one item, it's many items. And it's actually going to be such a big and, what's the word I'm looking for here? So many things to explore with this item that just doing a review over it alone is not going to be enough, because it's going to be kind of an ongoing thing as I explore what this item can do. So you may be wondering, oh, well, what's the item? Well, it's a TI-99 home computer system. Now, basically what that is, I'm sure many of you have used a Texas Instruments or TI graphing calculator in school. I think we all had to have them, in high school, college, junior high, whenever. And so back in 1981, they released a home computer, and as you can imagine, this thing was really old and huge, but it did some really cool stuff. And I really think whenever you talk about old stuff like this, most of the fun is really the novelty of it, and it certainly is a novelty-filled item. You can do a lot of stuff with it. It's all really hilarious and interesting and just cool. I like the old vintage retro stuff, obviously. I'm not super old. I was a 90s kid, but I have a deep appreciation for the old technology, and so we're going to do a whole segment about the TI-99. It's going to be a new playlist on my channel. It's going to be called the TI-99 Quests, and I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. So not only is this just a channel intro, or rather a playlist introduction, but I'm also going to make this episode 1 because I already have 2 pieces. Now, besides reviewing the computer, we're going to look at the games, we're going to look at the hardware, the peripherals, the things it can do. It can do so many things. It's also going to be a little bit of a history lesson, because I don't think there's enough videos out there that talk about the TI-99. It's kind of an old, forgotten piece of technology. There's just a handful of videos out there that really talk about the thing, and so that's what this whole thing is going to be about. We're really going to delve into the TI-99 and expose it to the world and show everything that it can do. So there were 2 big functions of the TI-99. It was a gaming system, and you could program on it. You could make your own programs, games, things of that nature, because it had BASIC included in it. Well, I did go to college, and I am a computer networker, and I did have a little bit of programming classes, and so I'm going to see if I can make some interesting stuff. So, unfortunately, I had to buy this whole thing piece by piece by piece from numerous sellers, and so stuff is going to come into me in pieces. So I figure I'm going to give you guys a video each time something comes into me, and I'll explain what its purpose and function was and talk about what makes it so cool. And then once we have the whole thing here, it'll be the big update, and we'll delve right into it. So the system itself looks like this, and it has a mechanical keyboard, which is really awesome because it gives that crazy clacking sound when you're typing on it, just that old school sound. You know how it sounds. Over here is the cartridge slot, and that's where you put the games in. Now, there was all kinds of stuff that came on these cartridges, not just games, but it actually had learning programs, both for adults and children. It had like financial planning aids, just crazy stuff. It had the basic script extender, so you could do more stuff with the system and unlock more capabilities. I have 2 pieces in today, and I'm going to just briefly show you what I've got. First and foremost is the screen for this beast. So, here's the screen. You may be thinking to yourself, that's not a screen, that's an old wood grain television. Well, that's because there really wasn't much of a thing as calling it a computer screen back then. The thing actually has an RF modulator, which basically is those two stupid little forks that you screw into the back of the television. Fortunately, the system that I bought is also coming with an adapter cable, which lets you hook it up to a standard coaxial cable-ready television. Well, this actually has the RF screws and the coaxial, so just in case one doesn't work, we always have the other there. But I like the TV. I could have gone with a much more modern TV, but I felt since the system was so old and retro, I should probably get an old retro television too. So the model I got is black and chrome, and so this kind of has a nice silver border here. It has that old wood grain, which I like personally. If we turn it on, let me turn that down. If we turn it on, I actually like that it has the LCD down here that actually shows you the channel number. I think that's cool. And then over here, the really old TVs have the position of the screen, the hold, color changing, modulation, brightness, things like that. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff with this old technology. So here's the computer screen itself. And I have one other item that came in today, and I'm really excited to talk about it. Package came in the mail today, the first of many items, and so I'm not 100% certain what it is, but judging by the box size, I'm almost positive that I think I know what it is. So we're going to cut into this beast and see what we're dealing with here, and I'm really hoping it is what I think it is, because it's actually going to be one of the most interesting parts of the entire system. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yep, it definitely is. Oh man. This, my friends, is the Texas Instruments speech synthesizer. Now, you may be wondering, what the hell is this thing? Well, it made your games and the computer talk. Games didn't really include voices back then, and so basically this thing just attaches into the side of the computer, and it allows your games, ones that were made for it, of course, to talk to you. And of course it has those amazing retro robotic sounding voices in it, and so you can also write up your own text-to-speech programs. And let me tell you, I'm probably going to dedicate one episode on how to type that program and then just making it say stupid shit. I can't wait. It sounds hilarious. It's in that really robotic sounding voice, like it's gonna be like, hello there, I'm a computer, and it's gonna sound awesome. So this is the voice synthesis module, and as you'll notice here, this thing actually opens up. And I'm not certain, but what I've heard in the past is that eventually they were going to release a little, I think it was an attachment that would go in here, and it came with little miniature cartridges that you could plug in to change like the pitch, the tone, the accent, the inflection of the voice that it produced. Now that's just what I've heard. It could be a rumor. If it is, I certainly haven't seen anything about it in Wikipedia or anything for sale or anything like that. So I think it may just be a rumor, or maybe it was just on the blueprint and never came around to the light of day. But I don't know. Does anyone out there know why this thing has a freaking door on it? I mean, you can look in there. I don't see anything in there. So if anyone knows, leave me a comment. I would really appreciate it and like to know why. But the thing is just so interesting looking. And here's what's really funny. It actually has a door on this side in case you want to have another attachment. And let me tell you, there was some potential for expansions on this thing. Holy shit. So, this is the voice synthesis module, like I've said 3 times now, and it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that they threw in some of the original fine print, which is cool. They didn't say they were going to do that. Actually, this looks like a homemade one, not the real thing. but nonetheless, let's take a look at it. It says solid state speech synthesizer. That's a tongue twister. Gives your IT home computer a voice of its own. Adds new excitement and enjoyment to computer applications through spoken words, phrases, and whole sentences. My God. Let's see, what else do we have in here? This talks about the warranty, legal remedies. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what this is all about. It just has a bunch of words. Like, what is this, a dictionary? Look at this. Just a bunch of words. Okay, this has instructions on how to attach it, as if that wasn't self-explanatory. And a phone number that you can call in case you need technical help. I'm sure that's still around. Okay, so this is a kind of interesting little thing. I'm probably going to staple it together and just keep it by the computer. I know it's not real, but I'd like to still just have the thing. And then this says, Addendum, Speech Editor and Speech Synthesizer Owner's Manual. Please disregard any references in your manual to plug-in speech modules that can supplement the speech synthesizer's resident vocabulary. These references are no longer applicable. That's what I was just talking about. Pretty much they're just saying, hey, we made the manual talking about those little cartridges that are going to go in here, but disregard that because we decided to say fuck it. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. You never see stuff like that in modern day equipment and technology. That's great. So anyway, got this, got the TV, or computer screen rather, and so I'm going to give you guys an update as soon as the next item arrives in the mail, and I really hope you guys enjoy this series because it's going to be a long and ongoing adventure in the world of the Texas Instruments TI-99 home computer.